You missed the coin toss, which is always an exciting moment here on STSPN, but Glacier Peak won the coin toss, which is harder for me to say than anybody, and deferred, so they are going to kick the ball off to Shorewood. For Shorewood, their quarterback, Aaron Miller, number 9, having a decent year, actually about 3rd in the league for Wesco as far as passing yards. And then, real quickly, number 25, Eugene Holly, over 25-plus carries a game. He is the workhorse, Tim Boyle, for the Shorewood Thunderbirds.
Well, Scott, if anybody's going to hurt him tonight, it will be Eugene Hawley. He's the guy that like you said, he's their workhorse. Glacier Peak struggled with those big running teams this year. So I think if anyone's going to be able to hurt him, it'll be Eugene Hawley. And he's averaging 5.4 yards a carry, and he's right on about 1,000 yards right now.
He is leading the league in carries. The other big news tonight we learned just before the beautiful booth here at Shoreline Stadium is their big guy, 81, Cage Carroll, is out of the game. As you see the kickoff.
Here we go.
Deep
in the end zone.
In the end zone. It'll start at the 20-yard line.
Did they try to field that? I didn't quite catch that. It looks like they just kind of let it go, and they were happy with taking it on the 20.
Branson Corn with the kickoff there. So Shorewood, the Thunderbirds, Tim of Shorewood, will start at their own 20-yard line. Hope everybody's enjoying it. Sorry again, usually we start at 6:50 with some pregame.
We got it just in the nick of time.
We really, really did. So guys in blue are from Shorewood. Aaron Perry under center. Hands it off to Levy Diaz.
And Diaz is he's kind of like their backup running back, he's averaging 7 yards a carry. So he's look for him tonight too.
And the Freightliner, Neil Drewliner for the Glacier Peak Grizzlies on the tackle. Back. The sophomore there right under the ball, over the ball, 53. Big defensive stud for Glacier Peak. No gain on that, 2nd and 10. Aaron Miller. Now he hands off to Holly. Holly drives forward maybe for a yard.
Well, it looks like they're right back at about the line of scrimmage, so 2 plays, not much doing for Shorewood on those.
Carson Call, the big junior, 6'2", 205 junior Carson Call up there for the stop, Tim. Glacier Peak coaches telling us they're going to do a lot of base defense tonight, kind of see what happens. The Thunderbirds are mainly a running team. Pitch it to Diaz. And he gets maybe a yard. Again, Carson Call, the main stopper for Glacier Peak.
Well, if there was any questions how they were going to respond to the running game, basically now they're staring at 4th and 8, and 3 running plays netted them about 2 yards.
So flags on the play.
And we didn't get to talk in the pregame, Scott, about the flags, and Glacier Peak's really going to need to clean that up. My guess is this is an offensive penalty that's going to go against the Thunderbirds, though. That is a legal procedure.
Chris Namba, again, another key player back to punt for the Thunderbirds, and we see Sean Elledge and number 3, Trey Chambers, deep. They're going to get the ball in good field position. The punt is off, and it's good. Nice spiral punt. Wow, pushes Trey Chambers all the way back to his own 46-yard line, where the Glacier Peak Grizzlies will start. And let's see if the offense, Tim, can get something going early.
Well, good catch by Trey Chambers there. He had nothing to do but call a fair catch, and we'll see how the offense responds to that hurtful loss last week.
A lot of turnovers last week, 5 free fumbles, 2 interceptions, all for the quarterback we see in there, senior David Linney. 10:07, the game has just begun. Shorewood with the first series, no score, they punted. This is the first offensive series for Glacier Peak. Linney hands it off to Caribou. Caribou's met hard up the middle, and they're going to give him maybe a gain of 1, but Levi Diaz and company there for a stop. Nice play by the D.
And we're looking for Linney to have a much better game today. He struggled last week with the interceptions and the turnovers, so I'm sure Linney's anxious to get things rolling here.
2nd and 9. Linney now in the shotgun. Fakes to Caribou. Over down to
Quentin Dunbar.
Is that Dunbar? And he's hammered. Diaz welcomes him to North Seattle with a little high hitter.
Wow, and it's good to see Dunbar getting back in the game here. He's been kind of quiet the last few games, but just like that, Scott, Glacier Peak staring at 3rd and 9 and kind of anxious to get into that rhythm.
3rd and 10 here, nothing going on a little swing pass. We'll see what they come out with. Again, still 2-down territory typically for the Grizzlies. Linney back to pass. Center street, it's topped up. It's caught by Caribou, but he's got nothing going, although a positive gain of 5 yards to him, kind of a funny play.
And that's actually exactly what they needed, because they didn't want to be staring at like 4th and 10 back there. Now it's a no-brainer. They're going for it on 4th.
No huddle defense. Linney back to pass. Goes to the right to Quentin Dunbar. It's caught, but he is nailed down quickly by number 1. And Hilos Pere, and I'm probably not pronouncing that correctly.
Well, Dunbar gets it and just has nowhere to go with it, and Glacier Peak struggling to get back in that rhythm. And they're actually going to give Shorewood some good field position here.
So not too impressive their first drive for the Grizzlies. Here's now Aaron Miller back to pass. He goes deep. It's caught. A first down at the 40. And he gets down to the 32. Nice little southpaw, Aaron Miller. Good pickup.
I think it was Trey Chambers there. Almost thought he had the interception and just went kind of right through his hands, right into the receiver, and good pickup for him.
Number 9, Aaron Miller, the quarterback, but Kaino Wong on the tackle. 1st and 10 for the Thunderbirds. Hands off to Eugene Holly, and he gets a couple.
At the most. Maybe give him 1 on that. They'll probably look for that all game long. They're going to try to go with that bread and butter, run it up the middle. Seems like they did better on the pass, though.
Smeds on the tackle for Glacier Peak. Leaves him at 2nd and still probably about 10. Under center, fakes the handoff, rolls left, he's being chased. Now he goes back across to Eugene Holly, calling it an incomplete, Tim.
They are. It was close to being a lateral.
So that was a little misdirection play. Coach Rob Peschel of the Thunderbirds said we'd see some stuff on special teams, maybe a little tomfoolery, or timfoolery, I should say.
Well, they're staring at 10.
10. Glacier Peak. Now back to pass, rolls left. He's 3rd in the league in passes, and he catches number 11 to the 20 to 10. He will waltz his way into the blue end zone. Touchdown, Thunderbirds. Just like that. Amba is wide open and just trolls into the end zone.
It looks like Nathan Bussing just totally missed the call on that because he was wide open, and Bussing tried chasing him down, but that wasn't going to happen.
32-yard touchdown reception by Chris Namba. On for the extra point is Namba, and that is no good, wide left. So with 7:27 left to go in the first quarter, the Thunderbirds of Shorewood up 6-0 over Glacier Peak.
Well, Glacier Peak, that's not how they wanted to start this game off. Coming off that loss to Mount Vernon, they were hoping to come out, pedal to the metal, put up a whole bunch of points real fast. Problem is, over on downs, you give it to them at about the 50-yard line, put your defense in a tough spot, and that's what happens. And, Glacier Peak has that risk-reward, high-powered offense, and they're going to take all the chances they can and try to hope the defense can stop them.
gives us a chance to tell everybody tonight's Glacier Peak Football Westco 3A High School action brought to you, as always, Mr. Boyle, by Mongo's, the restaurant right there in Clearview and Highway 9 if you're locally listening. And I think you might have been there recently.
Had lunch there today with the wife.
What'd you have?
I had the cowboy chicken sandwich. The wife had the Tuscan chicken sandwich.
Ooh.
Very good, by the way. I recommend both of them.
I can smell it from here. Namba, who does all the kicking for Shorewood, and Sean Elledge back, does a little dribbler down the middle of the field, takes a bad hop, and Elledge takes it at the 40, 20, and now he's got room on the right sideline. Nobody's there. Down to the 30, 20, 10, just like that. Touchdown, Glacier Peak. Welcome, Mr. Elledge. He's been kind of quiet for a couple of weeks, and he takes it all the way, 80 yards to pay dirt.
Well, and he was quiet for a couple weeks till last week. He kind of had a breakthrough game, and him and Evan Nelson are kind of battling for those touchdowns, and that puts Evan Nelson, I think, with 10 on the year, and Elledge with 8 on the year. He's 2 behind him now. Good play by Elledge.
Well,
no one's catching him.
He broke through a little traffic and then found what he loves, that right sideline. Branson Corwin on for the extra point, and it is good. So with 7:16 left, just like that, Glacier Peak takes the lead at 7-6 over Shorewood.
Yeah, I don't think they were too happy about being behind there.
80-yard touchdown kickoff return for Sean Elledge, number 21. I believe that's his 6th touchdown of the year, or 7th?
I think it's his 8th.
8th
altogether.
I was getting there.
Yeah.
6, 7, 8.
And you look for him to be in the end zone a little bit more tonight if he has anything to do with it.
Well, apparently Mr. Elledge just said, you know what, David Linney, you take this one off, big guy. I'm going to take this one back for you, give you a series off.
Apparently so. And typically we talk about how Glacier Peak scores just like that. That's not how they usually do it.
All righty. So exciting first few minutes here. We kind of had one dull series, but bam! Just like that. Shorewood comes in and has an impressive drive, and Glacier Peak comes right back with Sean Elledge, a huge kickoff return.
Well, Elledge now, he scored 3 out of their last 4 touchdowns going back to last week, so he's right back in the thick of things.
Branson Corwin kicking off. That's deep. Boy, Branson, was he in his Wheaties this week? I don't remember him kicking him through the end zone.
I know. Linney tends to kick him back there, but Branson showing that he's got a leg too. And he's a sophomore, by the way, folks.
He is. He's going to be here for a long time.
He's also one of the backup quarterbacks.
He is. I saw him in the JV game.
And we've seen him playing defense. And look for him for the next couple years.
Okay, so the Thunderbirds take it over at their own 20-yard line. Aaron Miller now fakes it, hands off to Holly on the right side. He breaks through. He's to the 30, 35. Thunderbirds. What a track meet. Are you kidding me?
Well, we've had three plays back. We've had, 3 touchdowns in the last 4 plays or 5 plays?
My goodness, another 80-yard jaunt for Eugene Holly. That's going to break him over the 1,000-yard mark.
Yeah, the 80 yards, absolutely.
He needed 37 yards coming into tonight, and he just took care of that in a hurry.
Well, what happened is he got around that corner, and there was just nobody there. So I think they were playing him up tight and just took it to the house.
Well, the score fest is on, and because they missed the extra point on the last touchdown, they're going to go for 2. Aaron goes back. Now he finds in the deep right end zone, and it's caught by Namba.
Good.
He is in. Touchdown, or excuse me,
That's
2 points for the Thunderbirds.
And I don't know if that was a missed route or something, because he was pretty wide open back there in the corner. So Glacier Peak struggled a little bit here on defense, and not what we thought we would see. So you got, in about 30 seconds of, in the last 30 seconds, we've got, 21 points up on the board?
Unbelievable. Now we flip-flop. Stay tuned. Pay attention here tonight, because now with 7:02 left, just in the first quarter, we've just only begun. The Thunderbirds up 14-7 over Glacier Peak.
14-7, but all the scoring's been in the last, 30 seconds.
Unbelievable.
I wonder if they'll do that little squib kick again to Sean Elliger if they learn their lesson.
Well, special teams, I believe that's the first return for a touchdown off a kickoff. Do you think, Tim? Can you recall one this season?
Maybe there was one, but they really haven't had a chance to return any punts, and Elliger's going to get it again.
Here he goes from the 25, breaks through, misses, one guy miss, and now Diaz is going to bear hug him and take a dance with him all the way back to the 38.
But he's out to about the 48-yard line. Again, Elliger, about 4 guys it took to take him down. So
they are going to spot it at the 48.
Yeah. So that's it's good field position for Glacier Peak. It's kind of where they like to start out.
Again, if you just joined us, 6:52, 14-7, Shorewood Thunderbirds on top. Glacier Peak now starting this series. Lenny hands it off to Caribou to the left side. He's got some room, got a blocker. Now he gets to the 40 and jumps one guy and stumbles down into about the 35-yard line.
Yeah, that's a great run by Caribou, and we've been kind of questioning how's his ankle or whatever. Is he healthy? And he certainly looked healthy on that play.
15-yard run by Caribou. First down for Glacier Peak. David Lenny hands it again to Caribou on the right side. Got another big hole. Diaz chasing him. He's to the 30, down to the 20-yard line.
And if you see at the end of that play, he chose to run right over the guy instead of go around him. Kind of said, hey, if you're going to tackle me, I'm going to make you pay for it.
Went left, now just went right. Another first down.
Another about a 15-yard gain or so. 2 good runs by AK-47, showing us he's healthy.
16-yard run for Caribou. He's got 3 carries for 32 yards in the early going here. Lenny fakes it to Caribou. Now to Elliger on the left side. Goes in towards the middle of the field, and he's brought down, maybe back to the line of scrimmage.
He got tripped up by number 1 there.
And Helios Pere.
I think he kind of grabbed his foot as he came by and got him. That's one way of getting Elliger down. You can trip him.
Tyler Hirota, 72, the senior, 6 foot, 230-pounder, leaves him now basically at 2nd and 10. Single setback for Lenny. Caribou, now they look over. Want to welcome everybody to STSPN.com, Snohomish Times Sports Network. If you're new to Glacier Peak football, it's a no-huddle offense. Lenny. I guess it was a timeout before the play for Glacier Peak, Tim.
Timeout Glacier Peak, okay. Interesting call there.
Looked like they had the call played. I don't know if they were worried about getting delay of game or what.
Well, interesting game we got here. Not what we would have expected. I would have expected Glacier Peak to be winning right now. Shorewood's 2-5 on the year. We didn't get much time to talk about it in pregame, but they got a win over Marysville Getchell and Linwood. Struggled with the other teams in the league mightily.
Nice, actually had big rains earlier today. Actually, it's kind of a cool evening. The rain has subsided right now. Little breeze. It's not too bad for fall football.
We've really gotten lucky so far. We really haven't even had a rainy game yet, and pretty rare for the Northwest up here. We had some 80-degree days on a couple of the games.
Well, tonight's webcast broadcast is always brought to you by Dynamic Diesel in downtown Snohomish. If you have a car, truck, motorhome, anything you have that's got maybe 4 wheels or more, take it down to Dynamic Diesel. 2nd and 10, back to action here. Lenny fakes the handoff, now goes left to Evan Nelson. First time he touches, breaks at the 10. Touchdown, Evan Nelson. Touchdown, Glacier Peak.
And the battle continues between Evan Nelson and Elliger for the touchdown.
His 11th touchdown of the season.
And boy, that was a nice, they kind of had him, he was into some traffic and he kind of squirmed right out of that. They greased him up before the game.
I feel like we've seen that run before.
Many times.
Boyle.
Many times.
Branson Corwin now on for the extra point. It's up. And it is good.
Way into the back of the track back there.
Ball boy going, faring up to the grassy knoll there to get that one.
Got to get some water after that.
5:18 left to go, still in the first. It is a score-o-rama, 14-14, all tied up here, Thunderbirds and Grizzlies.
Kind of funny, the first 7 minutes of the game, we really didn't have much scoring. All of a sudden, it's just a slugfest right now. It's the Ali Frazier thriller in Manila right now.
Unbelievable, and just some quick stats. Thank you, John McLean, our statistician. Shorewood, 5 carries for 82 yards rushing. They're averaging 16.44 yards per carry.
Well, the 80-yard run certainly helps that.
And on for Glacier Peak, similar, 3 carries for 32 yards, averaging 10-plus yards a carry. And on passing, they've completed 3 for 24 yards.
Now, remember last week, Glacier Peak starts off that game with an onside kick, so don't be surprised if you see something like that.
So 5:18 left, tied score here, 14-14. We've seen a little Eugene Holly, we've seen Evan Nelson, a little Caribou, a little Elledge.
Seen it all. A lot more to come. Oh, there it is.
There's that onside. It's touched.
The problem with that one
has it,
and that didn't surprise me. I think I just said it a minute ago. Be on the lookout for that. But problem with that, it was a little dribbler, and it didn't quite get to the 10 yards before the Shorewood guy just fell on it.
Sam Smith, the junior for the Thunderbirds, did a nice job falling on that ball. So they're going to take it off again. They kind of gamble with that onside. They have nice field position, and it's...
I don't know how they got it at the 53. He caught it at the 50, but...
The 47. Hands it off to Eugene. Has to go wide right. Got chasers. And Marcus Hurd gets to him first and brings him down for almost a 7 or 8 yard loss.
Marcus Hurd got to him, and then Elledge just kind of like dropped him right when he was still standing up.
Being told that the Grizzlies touched that kickoff before it went 10 yards, Tim Boyle.
Yep, that's what I guess I gathered, and they wouldn't have been able to recover that onside anyway because they touched it too soon.
So a big loss now, 2nd and 16 at their own 47. Aaron Miller fakes the handoff, rolls left, goes over, tries to get Diaz, but Mr. Becerra was there to meet.
And that was almost, I didn't hear a whistle, that was almost a lateral too, real close to being a lateral.
So still no gain on that one. Backed up, it's going to set 3rd and 16. So Eugene Holly, we've seen him. He's broke the 1,000 yards rushing for this season, the 8th game of the year. They've got some big yards to make up here. Aaron Miller, the quarterback, now fakes the handoff, rolls left. He is left-handed, dumps it out. Are they going to call interference? They do. Late flag.
Well, I think it was the right call, though. Number 45 was kind of manhandled him before the ball got there, and hey, costly penalty. It just cost him, that would have been 4th and 16.
Big play, Casey Welsh there on the coverage.
Yeah, he's just kind of roughing him up just a little bit too soon there, and
that could save the Thunderbirds because they were at 3rd and 16 as the referee now walking all the way up to the Glacier Peak 38-yard line.
Strangely, they are giving him a first down. Okay, look.
It's a 15-yard penalty. Are they going to get the first?
Well, it was 3rd and 16. They're showing first down on the clock, but right now they're showing.
Now
they're moving it. Okay.
Are moving. It's going to be a 1st and 10 on the penalty.
I would think that'd be an automatic first down, but high school's got a little different rules than college and pro.
So first down, Miller now gives it to Holly, and he dives up the middle, and he's met by busing in the game. The bus.
Nothing doing on that play.
2nd and 10 for Shorewood.
See, I think what's happening is Glacier Peak's expecting that run right up the middle, and Holly burned him, hitting the corner on that touchdown for 80 yards. But Glacier Peak's kind of playing him for the up the middle plays.
Exciting game. 4 minutes left to go in the first quarter. We're tied up here at 14-14. Some quick acceleration of touchdowns there in the mid-first quarter.
4 right in a row.
2nd and 10 now. Going back to pass. Goes out. Overthrows Nico Frazier, the intended receiver, and Elledge was on the coverage. Nice ball. Had some spunk on that.
Well, he's actually been, for such a running team, they've been doing pretty well throwing the ball.
Incomplete. Brings up now 3rd and 10. Again, they're at the Glacier Peak 38-yard line.
And this is the area, Scott, where Glacier Peaks held their opponents, but they seem to get a lot of costly penalties on these big 3rd down plays, just like we saw in the last one.
Aaron Miller now, Holly in motion to the right. He goes back, he's going to get it to Holly. Takes it around the 43, now makes a guy miss. Changes directions all the way to the other side of the field, and he's got a blocker. He gets the first down and more, and he's finally bounced out of bounds at the 22-yard line by Brandon Hershey of the Glacier Peak Grizzlies.
Yeah, and the thing is they had him back. They could have had him for like a 2 or 3 yard loss, and they just couldn't catch him. And switches directions, goes to the other side of the field, and picks up a nice first down.
Nice improvisation by Mr. Holly. They'll mark him at the 22-yard line. That's the 4th play of this drive. 3:36, all tied up at 14-14, but Shorewood threatening here inside of 4 minutes to go in the first. Fakes the handoff. Now left to 24. It's intercepted by
Trey Chambers.
Trey Chambers, number 3, down the left sideline to the 50. Now he breaks it to the 40. He's going to go all the way to the 20, 10. Touchdown Glacier Peak as Shorewood was knocking on the door. What an interception by the sophomore Trey Chambers.
Well, that was a great interception. It looked like if that just slips right over his fingertips, that's going to be a touchdown for Shorewood. And all of a sudden the next thing we know, Trey Chambers is running around the field with the ball.
A 90-yard interception. Little pick 6 right there from 90 yards away, Tim Boyle.
Wow, and Trey Chambers comes up big, and we talked to Steve before the game, and he said Trey Chambers is one of his best defensive players right now.
As the very busy Branson Corwin punches that extra point through, and Glacier Peak, it's a seesaw. They take the lead back 21-14, but I tell you what, that has to hurt the kids from the Thunderbirds in the blue.
Well, like I said, if Trey Chambers barely comes up with that and kind of one-hands it, and that's going to be 6 points for Shorewood. Instead it goes 6 points the other way. But the net result is we got 35 points going right now. In the first quarter, we got 35 points. I had $50 on the over-under. I took the over. I'm looking good.
Get your calculators out, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be
the over-under. The over-under was 84 points on this game, Scott.
Just crazy. We weren't sure what we were going to see tonight, but I don't think we thought we were going to see this.
Well, and truth be told, Glacier Peak kind of got lucky on that. They gave up a big penalty. They gave up a big 3rd down play. And then just like that, Trey Chambers comes up with a pick 6.
Give us an email during the broadcast. You can reach me at scott@snohomishtimes.com or tim@snohomishtimes.com. Branson Corwin kicks it off again deep into the blue end zone here at Shoreline Stadium, and it'll be a 20-yard start for the Thunderbirds.
And Branson Corwin's really showing us that he's got a foot right now.
He must have done something during the week.
They're saying there's a 20-mile-an-hour wind going with him.
Oh, that could be. The wind could be helping.
It seems like it's going in there pretty easy. I don't know. I don't see those trees moving too much over there, though.
So, as always, our broadcast brought to you by our good friends at Snohomish Skydiving. Again, right downtown Harvey Field. Go check them out. 360-568-7703. We always like to have our dynamic diesel. We've had about 8 dynamic diesel plays of the game here. Hands off to Holly on the left side. 5-yard pickup for Holly.
they've done, with the exception of that 80-yard play, they've really kept their running backs in check tonight. Hawley had the one where obviously he got outside the tackles and took it to the pay dirt, but they're pretty much containing them on the line right now.
Hawley 8 carries for 98 yards so far and 1 touchdown. Huge 80-yard run there early in the first quarter. 2nd and 5 for the Thunderbirds. Now the handoff to Diaz, and he breaks through a tackle, and Brendan Hershey finally tears him down along with Carson Call.
Well, Diaz, that was all second effort there. He got hit. Should have been about a 1-yard gain, and he just kept going. And Diaz, he's actually the guy that's averaging 7 yards a carry on that team.
He's a load, Tim. He's only a junior. 5'11", 196-pounder.
Yep, short, stocky.
So a first down pickup for the Thunderbirds. Has him now at the 33-yard line. Miller hands it off to Hawley on the left side, taken down by Quentin Dunbar. Pickup of about 4.
Yeah, that's kind of Shorewood will settle for that, 4-yard gain here, 3-yard gain here, and then a first down.
Leaves him at the 37-yard line. 2nd and about 6. 21-14, Glacier Peak up. Minute 46 left in the first quarter. Aaron Miller, the quarterback, passes off to Hawley, goes up the middle and breaks through for a couple, but not much more. Smedge. Austin Smedrud there along with Bussing.
Yeah, and this is a third down situation for Shorewood. This is kind of where Glacier Peak struggled a little bit. Typically they'll either stop them but then you get a penalty or something of that nature, so we'll see what happens.
3rd and 2 now for Shorewood at their own 41-yard line.
Probably know what they're going to do.
5th play of this drive. Aaron Miller now. Oh, and he's hitting the backfield. 38, Jacobson.
Hits him in the backfield just enough to trip him up, get him off balance, and let the other guys finish the job.
Good. Hey, they did a good job of just even making the handoff.
Well, yeah, because Austin Jacob, they must have just, he just walked through or ran through like water.
Sean Elledge deep to receive. Chris Namba, the punter. He's got a nice punt. He drives him way back. I don't know about the wind. He picks it up at about the 10, takes it on the right side, now reverses field as he loves to do, looking for some daylight, and he's not going to find it. They take him down to the 20. Always entertaining for Mr. Elledge when he gets the ball.
And one thing you don't see Glacier Peak do much is they don't get to return a lot of punts. They're usually fair catches or they roll back too far. So I think Elledge is trying to take any opportunity he can.
Well, I don't know which way the wind's blowing. If Branson Corwin was having help going the other way, that ball flew down.
They were playing him pretty shallow too, but it looks like the wind is blowing actually the other way. Ron pointed out that flag's moving. You can see that flag up there, and it's moving the other direction.
Good punt by Chris Namba. David Linney now taking himself on the left side. Had trouble last week holding on to the ball. He does not give it up this time, and he crosses the 25.
That's what Glacier Peak needs, a little bit more of that. I think that's one of the keys to their winning is how well Linney's actually running the ball, too. And he's been a little bit off on throwing it. Well, that's going to bring us down to the end of the first quarter.
What an exciting first half. I hope we've got some new viewers out there from the Shorewood football family. You're watching Glacier Peak and Wesco 3A football here on the Snohomish Times Sports Network. And Tim, it is 21-14 Glacier Peak, and it was fun.
Yeah, and all that scoring was actually in the last 7 minutes of the first quarter. First 5 minutes of the quarter goes by, and there's really not much going on, and all of a sudden it just kind of exploded with, interception returns, kickoff returns, 80-yard touchdown by Hawley for Shorewood. Just a lot of things happening all at once.
Absolutely. The 2-point conversion, then Evan Nelson got his first touch. He touches it one time and goes right to the hole and scores a touchdown.